I think we have a much better idea of what's going on inside the create request function. However, I still have this error message on line 33, which appears to be mentioning something about storage and memory. So the first error talks about something about storage, and then the second one brings up memory. So in this video, we're going to get a much better sense of what this message is talking about. This error message is one that you will see, and I have seen people ask about this error on Ethereum Stack Exchange, and all the documentation out there that explains this error message is not helpful. As a result, I want to spend a good amount of time on this error message because it is a pain to troubleshoot. So one error message mentions storage and the other one mentions memory. In the world of Solidity, storage and memory are two separate topics. And I have a couple of charts that I should have probably set up, but I had a phone call that I had to take. So let me just set this up now. We'll go over this soon. And this is the other one. And I believe there's one more. Yeah. All right. So let's start with this one here. Okay. So sometimes storage and memory are referencing where our contract stores data, such as, and when I say data, I mean data such as integers, strings, arrays, and so on. Sometimes storage and memory is referencing how Solidity stores variables, or how Solidity variables store values. So you're going to see storage and memory, and sometimes it will be in documentation about where our contract stores data, and other times it'll talk about how Solidity works with variables. So let's first speak about the case in which it references where our contract stores data. All the documentation available speaks about the case in which it references where our contract stores data. None of the documentation addresses the case in which the error is referencing how our Solidity variable stores values. All right, next slide. So this is all about where our contract holds data. On the one hand, we have one bucket that stores all our data, and we refer to it as storage. Storage is used to hold data between function calls. An example of storage is all the different variables that I initialized at the top of the contract that you could see here. So all these variables here is what I'm referring to. So these are all variables or pieces of data held in our contract's storage. And storage is available between function calls. So if I call one function on a contract and modify one piece of data, that piece of data is available on the next follow-up function call, okay? And you can kind of see that as you look through this contract. So a good way to imagine storage, it's like a computer hard drive. If you write a text file to your hard drive, then you completely shut off your computer, and then you turn it back on, that data is still there. So that's storage and Solidity. On the other hand, there is memory, a temporary place to store data like a computer's RAM, right? That's memory. And so once the computer is turned off completely, and then you turn it back on, any data that existed in RAM is emptied out. All right, so in a subsequent video, I'm going to cover the second context of, so I talked about this first context, and this second context is really what that error message is referencing here. And that's what I'm going to cover in the next video. So I'll see you there.